Hello, and welcome to this short video on supporting your child to understand and answer questions. We've included lots of practical ideas that you can do at home. We hope you find it useful. In this video, we will look at different types of questions and think about how they range in difficulty. Then we will talk through some everyday activities and simple games which you could use at home to support your child to understand and answer questions. We will also look at some video clips to show some of these activities in action. First of all, let's take a moment to think about the different types of questions we may ask. How many different question words can you think of? There are many different question words. Some of these are much easier to understand and to answer than others. This table, which is based on a framework called blank levels, groups different question words and some instructions according to their level of difficulty, with level 1 being the easiest and level 4 the most difficult. Level 1 and 2 focus on answering questions to name and describe. For example, what is it? What's happening? Level 3 and 4 include more difficult questions which involve reasoning, prediction and giving opinions. For example, what will happen next? Or how do you think he feels? Think about the sort of questions which your child is beginning to understand and see which level they fit on this table. You can then practice these questions and others at the same level in everyday activities and with the support of visuals such as pictures and objects. If you are unsure which level of questions to start with, you can discuss this with a speech and language therapist or the SENCO at your child's school. Once your child is managing well at the level which you are practicing, then you can add some questions from the next level to help them to develop their understanding of questions further. We will now look at some activities which will support your child to understand and answer the questions who, what doing, what and where. These are mainly at level 2 of the blanks table. Looking at pictures in a storybook is a great way to introduce questions. Pictures in books can be used for all types of question words. This is how you might do it. Introduce the question word at the beginning of the story. For example, when looking at the front cover, you can say, "Let's look at who is in the story." Then, as you turn the pages, you can point to pictures of people or animals and say, "Who is this?" I can see the girl, the dad, the dog, for example. Stories which have lots of different characters, such as the Gruffalo, may be a good choice. If you want to focus on where questions, lift up the flap books are useful. You can then talk about where things are hiding. Let's have a look at this activity in action.
We're going to read this book together, and I'm going to ask you some where questions. All right? Where is the bear?
Behind the door.
That's right. Very good. Where is the snake?
In the clock.
Just sit up. Where is the hippo?
In the piano.
Where is the monkey?
In the cupboard.
In a similar way to books, you can look at photographs. For example, if focusing on who questions, you can say, "Who can you see?" I can see Mummy and Grandma. If focusing on where questions, you can talk about where you went. Can you remember where we went? We went to the zoo. Simon Says is a great game for focusing on what doing questions. Take it in turns to give the instructions. You can use your own names instead of using Simon. For example, Dad says, "Clap your hands." What are you doing? Clapping your hands. Now it's your turn. Aisha says, "Sit on the floor." What are you doing? sitting on the floor. Hide and seek is a great game for focusing on where questions. Hide objects around the room. Ask your child to see if they can find where they are. For example, where's the ball? Once it's found, talk about where you found it. Let's see this activity in action.
Have you hidden it?
I've hidden the pony. Let's see if we can find her. Might be close. You found her! Well done. Hey, come and sit up here. Where did you look?
Under the pillows.
Anywhere else?
Behind the plant.
And where was she?
Behind that pit. No.
That's right.
We hope we have given you some ideas for fun activities you can use at home. Finally, here are some top tips that we recommend. Children often learn best when language is supported with visuals, so we recommend you use a visual prompt to reinforce the question words that you ask, particularly when your child is learning a new question word. For example, using the colourful semantic symbols which are in this video on slide 5. This is particularly important because question words can sound quite similar to each other, so the visual will help your child to tell the difference between each question word. Children will often need extra time to think about and to answer questions, so you may need to pause before repeating or simplifying the question. Children will need to make the link between the question word and the answer, so emphasize key words with your voice. For example, can you remember where we went? We went to the zoo. For ideas on how to practice more difficult question words, have a look on the Skips YouTube channel at the videos for Language Enrichment Groups Level 3 and Level 5. We hope you have found this video useful. Thank you for watching.